So ranking the NFL's top 10 cornerbacks for the 2022 execs, coaches, players make their picks for the best corner. So this is ESPN. They came out with their top 10 corners. Barry, I don't know if you've seen this.
No, I didn't see the list.
If you had to put Trevon Diggs on a top 10 cornerback list, because he's got to be in the top 10. You can't argue with what he did last year. He's got to be top 10.
People, it's such a polarizing discussion. If I were gonna put him on my top 10, obviously he's on my top 10. I'd put him anywhere between.
No, you just get one.
Okay, all right. So I gotta get one. 7.
Yeah, I think 7, and that's his number 7. I agree with that. I don't hate the 7. The fact that the thing that really chaps my ass about the Diggs conversation is people not respecting what he did. He had 10 or 11 interceptions, which hadn't been done in the NFL in over 40 years. Okay, I see ads going for a crack him. Okay, let's go, babe. Crack him. Got him. He just made eye contact with me over there, and I knew what he wanted. My biggest,
the thing. Say that to all the boys.
The thing that bugs me is people, and I don't know if it's because he's a Cowboy. It probably is, and I hate to say it because I always feel like, oh, everyone's out to get the Cowboys, but it does feel like that sometimes. The guy deserves in his second year to get 11 interceptions. He is in conversation to be in the top 10 of his respected position.
And obviously they got the homie up there, number 1.
Which I think that's without argument.
That's fair. He's number 1. He's the prototypical cornerback, isn't he? Big, physical, can be able to take away one side of the field. He's just amazing.
Isn't scared to tackle.
Right.
I was just gonna ask what makes him so good, but that's a huge factor. Is like if you can have
rough it up,
being a rough player and also but competent and like saying basically there's going to be a low chance of the ball being caught on this side of the field.
If you could redo the 2016 draft, would you take him over Zeke?
Wow. I would.
You would?
Yes, because what we've learned in football is that you can find some really, really good running backs and you can kind of come up with a running back committee and just kind of pair them together and have one, complete back with 2, right?
Yeah.
But a shutdown corner, you can't find those off the street. Okay, Marshawn Lattimore, number 2. That's fair. I like that.
That's fair. I agree.
Well, one of the things I was just going to quickly say about Ramsey before we left, 15 interceptions since 2016 and Diggs 14 interceptions since 2020. So,
different though, like
totally.
It's
totally different player.
Totally different player.
As the one video, he plays in phase.
Right.
Diggs plays out of phase.
Yeah, that was a good video that y'all put up, man, because it was true. It's true.
Over 1 million hits on that video.
There you go.
Thanks a lot, Ramsey.
Yeah, you little bitch.
So next we have Jair Alexander. I love
that's a
this
good pick
guy's
too.
last name.
That guy, Jair Alexander, he is a hell of a cornerback, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big
he's really
physical guy. He's special. He's definitely special.
When you watch a game of, like, say you're watching a Green Bay game and a CB sticks out to you, like, obviously they're doing something completely right, Like, when a certain, like, it's hard to stand. Usually, as a CB, if someone's noticing you, you're doing a bad job.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because you've been burned and you're like, oh, fuck, 23 sucks, right? If your name's not getting called as a cornerback, it's usually you're legit, right?
Nah, it's true. It's definitely true.
Yeah, this is a good pick for Xavier Howard. He's
Xavier Howard, yeah.
Hey, fuck him.
Yeah, crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him.
So what's the and just as we keep scrolling here, what's the I guess easiest or hardest, or how does I guess it's the skill set that the CB has, man-to-man or man-to-man or
man-to-man's way harder. Way harder.
Yeah.
Zone coverage is like zone coverage.
Kids games,
Well,
kids games, right?
it is, but a lot of guys you get guys that are
hot right now.
You get guys that are basically really good press coverage guys that might not excel in.
Okay.
So you honestly have to kind of, teams will pick their game plan their players, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. In zone coverage, they sometimes they give up a lot of slack to the receiver. So it depends on the game plan, obviously, right?
you're
So
not putting Deion Sanders in zone coverage.
exactly.
Let's just leave it at that.
You're not putting Dion in zone coverage. You're not putting Revis in zone coverage. You're
Right?
not putting those guys in zone coverage.
Never,
You're-
because and even if you did, they'd probably just lock down the guy anyways. 'cause
Right,
that's their
exactly.
personnel.
That's what they do.
They'll figure out a way to lock down somebody anyway, right?
It's funny because like most positions on defense aren't really like you get the offensive positions, you get these divas kind of. CB's like the closest to diva on the defense that you can get, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because it's tough, man. Like if you're a lockdown corner and you're taking the number one receiver every game.
Do you think that was the case before Dion? Like I think
Dion kind of
Dion came in and he made it.
I think Dion branded himself in that position really
Well,
well.
Well, I'll just say this, and you guys can go. The game was so physical back before Dion. Obviously, it's football; it's physical, but you were able to do so much more as a cornerback back then. Like you can literally just stall off and hit somebody with an elbow, and it's fair game, right? While Dion was more, he wasn't a power guy. He wasn't a physical guy. He was more of a
He was the fastest
speed.
guy on the field.
Yeah, he was a speed. He was an intelligence. He knew angles. He knew what the receiver was going to do. He used his smarts against you. It's like rookies are coming into the NFL now and they're getting fucking 1,300 yards off the rip as wide receivers. It's like, come on now. It's like there's no difference between jumping from college to the NFL. It's bullshit. Like let the cornerbacks kind of beat
Manhandle
people up a little bit. Yeah, like come on now.
That's a skill set. A skill set if you can
right.
like if you can stop another grown man who's in the 1 percentile of athletes in the world,
Right.
if you can overpower that guy, that's a skill set.
What if there was
Absolutely.
this rule? What if there was this rule? Once the ball is in the air, you can't touch the other player.
Well, that is though.
That's basically what it is.
I thought that they could only be within 5 yards.
No. So 5 yards, you can rough up.
every day.
You can rough you in 5 yards. Basically, everything's a go in 5 yards. After 5 yards,
What they should do is increase it to 10.
They should, yeah. Unless, so I think I know what Alex is kind of saying.
I'm saying as long as the quarterback's holding the ball, you can fuck him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You're saying
okay.
the ball,
All the way
you're
down
saying
you could
once
fuck
the
'em.
ball's in the air,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can hold him down and have your way with him. Is what it is.
and it looks like Denzel Ward's having his way with him on the field. My goodness. The fans are loving it.
Denzel Ward, number 6. That's
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Pat Surtain, we wanted him. We wanted
We're
him.
big fans. We were big fans.
Every time I see that kid's name, it just bothers me.
Yeah,
it
but
really does.
We got Micah though.
I know, I
Like,
understand. But it goes back to what I was saying about having a cornerback that can be able to literally take away one side of the field. Like Mike is special, but
he's gonna be special too, man.
Yeah,
He's gonna be good. And just a quick Micah story. You see that Micah race? He was racing a bunch of the other linebackers and just fucking smoked.
Yeah,
them.
he's
Because
fast
he
as
go
fuck.
everyone like
is going like maybe like 80%. Mike is going 110.
He's pushing himself. He's like, I will fucking blow out my hamstring to win this race. Next on number 9 here is AJ Terrell and
Don't know much about him.
Don't
to
know
be
much
honest.
about him.
He's young.
That's the he got
young,
drafted.
played for
Yeah,
23
he got
years
drafted. I think he was drafted the year before.
Yep. He
Yeah.
struggled as a
Yeah.
rookie, but became starter
Yeah.
in year 2.
Yeah, he's
He's
good,
young,
man.
man.
He's very, very good. He's very, very good.
And I think this is
Very good.
what we've seen here with CBs, and the next one here, of course, is our boy.
Our boy, yeah,
Trevon
boy.
Diggs. Only
Hey,
23.
easy.
But
Top
what
10,
do we
though.
see? I don't think there was a player over 27 years on this top 10 list. You know?
Yeah, they're
Like,
all young
top
guys.
CBs are.
Oh, it's a young man's
It's
game.
a young
dude.
man's
You
game.
got to be that.
It is.
Not only do you have to be fast, but your quick twitch reactions. Like you need to be able to watch a guy and not even you honestly almost have to be anticipating what he's going to do. But when the guy does make a move, covering someone is like probably one of the hardest things to do in the NFL, especially because we
Right.
were talking about how lackadaisy it is to you can't really make contact. You can't hit the motherfuckers now when they catch the ball.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
Like there's just so much against these dudes that they have to be just world class athletes.
It does
And,
make CB one of like all of football is difficult to play, but in terms of like restrictions on a position, CB is probably one of the harder ones
100%.
to like play correctly.
And the next one, I'd say the next one after that is probably defensive line.
Yeah.
Defensive linemen have such a heart. Like the NFL is built to see big scoring plays, offensive get these astronomical numbers. No one wants to watch a fucking 14-7 game, which I don't mind when it happens. But
Diggs is a marketer's dream. He's either gonna fucking get a pick six or let that catch go for 100 yards.
but we said though, like Barry actually had mentioned the eye test, right? Like you could put someone that has no knowledge of anything football wise. You could sit them down to watch every single Cowboys game, and they're never gonna say Trevon Diggs was the reason we lost.
Exactly.
They're just gonna see this dude making picks, getting the ball. Like you're never gonna see someone that they get in. This is the issue. It gets so overanalyzed. The guy got the ball for the Cowboys 11 fucking times. It's 11 extra possessions.
And here's the thing too. And remember what was the biggest thing with our secondary over the years?
No turnovers.
We don't take the ball away. So now we got a fucking guy that can be able to take the ball away. He gives up too many yards. Suck it. Just like it's ridiculous.
There was years the whole team didn't have 11 interceptions.
Yeah.
So and that's why like. To me, a Trevon Diggs interception is probably one of my, like, I get jacked the fuck up when he picks the ball off.
Yeah.
He never looks like, he gets burned sometimes because he might be taking risk. He's a young player. He's going to get better. Trevon Diggs, to me, is a top 10 CB in the NFL. I would rank him a bit higher. And I think he's one of our top 5 players on our team right now.
I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys.